From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Carry here for Trevion Henderson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 38 yards on the scamper there. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. On play action. Love to throw. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I would have loved to have been in their meetings this week and hear that grizzled old defensive coordinator talk about, well, you did okay, guys. We did all right. Holding them to 13 was pretty good. But this week, I expect it to be less than that.
I'm going to need to hear that a lot more often. I don't know what it was, but I liked it. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 36 yards on the play. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Chiefs' 5-yard line.
Go Chiefs! 60 red. 60 red. Hut.
Now Love. They set up the screen for Henderson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal.
Drill green. Let's go now. Hey, go stick yellow. 22. Right.
Love now. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll just get rid of it.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, given where they started that opening drive, CD, I think to get 3 out of it, probably a pretty good start that they'll take.
I think you're exactly right about that because they just shook off the effects of the kickoff in field position and took the ball and moved it downfield. Didn't pay off with a touchdown, but that drive, that was really nice for them, and they did come away with 3 points.
At their own 24-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. Down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Xavier Worthy, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Defensively going forward, they're going to have to watch out for him on plays just like that. It's a drag route across the field, and they're trying to free him up and let him run after the catch. That won't be the last time we see that play, and it works there to pick up a first down.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Black 40. Set, huh?
They'll try the left side with Henderson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 48 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yep, the lanes are there. Go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41.
Let's go. Ready?
Now a handoff up the middle. Leonard. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Ready, ready. 40, ready.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have regained the lead.
His kick is good.
Grouper able to add the PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that. That's caught inside the 20. And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15. A big play there for KC. 51 yards.
City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Second and 10.
Yellow.
On the ground, DJ Giddens. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Yellow.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. And it'll be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Go 33. Yellow. Hut.
Running left is Henderson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Second down and 3.
Come on, set. Yellow, 22. Hut.
On the draw, it's Henderson. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Set, ready, set.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
On the ready.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Down. Go red. 45. White. Shot. 17. Ready?
Throwing. Love. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
White, blue, 32.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready, break.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
50, green jack. Ultra.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. DeMarvion Overshown, the one to bring him down.
But that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Eye on these two.
Throwing now is Mahomes. That's caught. It's a rookie from Alabama. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll run. It's Brashard Smith. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
To throw, it's Mahomes. It's caught on the right side of Smith. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now they'll run on the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. Mahomes going to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
Hey, 43. Attack! Yellow.
Now here's Mahomes. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by DeMarvion Overshown. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
Hey, blue.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Down. Black zone ready.
Following the interception, Love looking for Pickens. He's got him on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Ready.
To throw now. Here's Love. Finding Green complete. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Come on, set. Ready.
Straight ahead, Henderson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Zoom back. 50, green. Set.
They'll go again with Henderson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 89 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
On the double.
That's another Cowboys first down. First and
Let's
10
go.
at the 44-yard line.
Blue, 32. Ready.
Play fake. Here's Love. Now he's going to step up and run. This is Smith with the ground. He'll get this this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 34. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Set. Black 40. Blue, go. Hut, hut.
Now a toss left side with Henderson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
On the set.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go. 52 blue. 52 blaster. Ready?
Glove. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score. A point after, good by Groupie. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Looking for right, and he finds him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL than just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Now Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
And at the 36-yard line.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now it's 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 16. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. That's Hernandez. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5.
Yellow. Right side.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Mahomes now to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Butker's kick here is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they were able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. You must get the ball back for us.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Here we go. Here we go. Zone sticky. Green. Ready.
The drive begins with a run by Henderson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving.
There goes Green. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 68 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Groupie able to add the PAT. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 4.
Yellow.
He'll look to throw. That's complete. DJ Giddens. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 2 yards to go, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
He'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Underwood. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Chiefs are back within a score. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that cuts the lead to 24-17.
24. Chiefs 17. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. Past the 30, second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Come on, yellow.
They'll send the tight end in motion.
60 red. Drill green. Set, go.
Love looking to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough.
For all defenders, the big plays, they're the ones that eat at them. But the ones that really get to you, it's those little ones, because they thought that they had that one contained. And instead of getting off the field, that 3-yard gain, that little 3-yard gain, turns into a first down.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Go pig.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Hut, hut.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Love. Completes this one to Pickens. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
Ready up.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Yellow, 43. Set.
Love now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway.
Here we go.
Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
45, one, ready.
On first down, it's Leonard. A strong running. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Shout out to the I ain't holding down the set. All up in my phone looking at pictures from the other night. She gon' be upset if she keeps scrolling to the
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down.
Blue 30, Edo Blue.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready,
From
ready.
the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, hey, Blue. 10 black. Striker, 3-3. Set.
Up the middle, here's Henderson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
This has been a tremendous drive to this point, and this is all you want, playing with a lead in the fourth quarter. If you can keep the ball on the ground, keep the sticks moving, you're going to be in good shape to finish this one off.
On the double. Yellow, go. Red, 38. Hut, hut.
They'll go back to Henderson on first down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Come on, fight, 60. 60 red. 60, ready?
Again, it's Henderson. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here.
Black, right.
From the gun again to Henderson. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's, CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
First and 10 at the
Now Patrick going to change the play. throwing now is Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. It's Hernandez. And he's got this down to the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Mahomes going to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Yellow, 22.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Drill green. Check smash. Hut, hut.
Now Love. He'll try and do this himself. And that will be incomplete as well.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. This is 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And right with it here over the middle. And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here's first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now 2nd and 4. Mahomes will throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Underwood. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Mahomes to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Chiefs are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now 1st and goal.
Hey, 57 colors, 57 colors. Attack, attack! Yellow!
Here's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday.
Mahomes. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, caught at the 21. Here's 1st and 10.
Come on, rail, yellow, yellow, 43. Ready.
One last shot now for Love. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is